And I wanted to just, give a shout out to Trevor Noah, one of my favorite guys out there, being half African as well, one of the Afro Americans out there. So I am very, I just miss him because, he's already going to be gone. So anyway, this is Adult Saying, and she's going to give us a little brief history on Kwanzaa.
It was the night before Kwanzaa, and all through the house, everybody was asking, what is this holiday all about? Kwanzaa is the holiday your white friends think your black friends celebrate. But if you'd like to know more about it, I'm happy to tell you. Starting on December 26th, black families gather for 7 days to honor their African heritage and celebrate the values of the black community, like unity, self-determination, and Beyonce. And some think Kwanzaa has ancient roots, and it does.
Right. All right, so let's just go ahead. If some people join us, they join us. Otherwise, we got ourselves. All right, so we got 60 seconds. How many years ago was Kwanzaa created? So a little bit tricky.
So panelists, while our studio audience and everyone else who's tuning in from home is participating in this question, would love to kind of just get a general feel. How did you feel about the video? Like, what are some things that stood out to you from the video we just watched? Anthony, I know at one point I saw you shaking your head when she had mentioned, I guess, marketing companies targeting Black people specifically because of everything else. So I would love to kind of hear your feedback, anyone else's feedback about the video we just watched.
Well, that is my immediate reaction, because I feel as though, like, I was talking to Aaron about this actually as we were preparing for the panel, and I remember my first introduction to Kwanzaa, or exposure to Kwanzaa, was the Proud Family. The Proud Family did an episode on Kwanzaa on Disney, and as a child, you think about it, and it's like that was awesome exposure, because like the Proud Family did a lot. Like, looking back on it as an adult, they did a lot of things to like represent Black culture and also African American culture, and also expose us to things that were little known facts about our culture as well. But at the same time, like, Disney was like at the center of like co-opting like Kwanzaa and like commercializing it. And so to an extent, you always think about like things within our culture and like how we drive culture, and how, like, if we were better connected to some of the things within like our culture, how we may be able to prevent them from being commercialized, but that also takes a deeper understanding of the root of some of these things and how they were started, and how they grow to be commercialized as well.
Anthony, thanks for your response earlier. I don't know if Aaron or Toy, what did y'all think about that video, the Kwanzaa video?
Funny enough, I think when they mentioned like the commercialization and how popular Kwanzaa had gotten in the 70s and 80s, it made me think about what's happening with Juneteenth now.
Right.
How everybody and their mama like, oh, Juneteenth, everybody off work, and it's a bank holiday now, and Walmart had the controversy with the ice cream, like it's a whole, thing or whatever now with Juneteenth. And, maybe at some point we'll be able to get Juneteenth back. And Kiru knows I've been celebrating Kwanzaa and Juneteenth my entire life. So, I mean, I like that Kwanzaa is being celebrated more again. There's, a million community events and stuff like that going on in Metro Atlanta. It makes me feel like I'm less weird for celebrating it now, because I'm not alone in celebrating it. If that makes sense.
Right. Love that. Nice. Aaron, did you have anything?
Yeah, I was actually going to bring up Juneteenth. I was actually going to bring up Juneteenth as well, and say that's what it's reminding me of, like everything that we're going through right now with it. But I also was laughing with Anthony about the Proud Family, because I do think that was one of my first interactions into what Kwanzaa is. My family is from the Caribbean islands, so like even up to literally this year, Juneteenth, me telling one of my aunts, my grandmother's sister, like, I'm going to go out to a Juneteenth celebration. And she's like, what's that? And and she had no idea. And I think the same thing goes for Kwanzaa. We need to be able to educate our people as a whole, especially when you're living in America. I
Right.
identify as a Caribbean American, and I think that's important because learning about Kwanzaa, learning about Juneteenth is just as important to learning about my Caribbean heritage.
Love it. Love it. Very true. As a Nigerian American, I can definitely relate to what you just said.